G'day everyone and welcome to Poland. The first time I've been in Poland and I could not be more stoked to be here. Now I've landed in a small city of Poznan, which is about, 2.5, 3 hours north of Berlin via train, or you can drive here. However you want to get here, you must come because it is underrated. From what I can tell, not many tourists come here. In fact, all of the local people that I've spoken to so far have asked me, why am I in Poznan? Like, they're shocked that I'm here. I could not be more impressed by Poznan. It is beautiful. Around every single corner I'm going, wow. It is probably one of the places where I have not taken my finger off the shutter button on the camera much at all. The amount of photos that I've taken in this place is incredible, and that just tells you how beautiful this place is. So let's just go for a walk now and I'll show you around and I'll talk you through it. Let's go. Have a look at this. I couldn't be more surprised by Poznan, to be honest. I'd never heard of it before. It was on the map, it was in the direction I wanted to go. The train trip to get here wasn't too lengthy. It was a really good trip actually. It was on time. The train was comfortable. It was incredible. But I've landed here and my mind is actually blown. As I said, I've taken so many photos in this small town because around every single corner you're just going, wow. It's just staggeringly beautiful. Is it the most beautiful place, old town, that I've been to? No. But it is easily the most photogenic town that I've been to in the world. I am going to be shocked to see how many photos that I've taken by the time I depart here, and I've only been here for one day, and the photos that I've taken would be easily in the thousands already. So the plan for this walk now is to walk through the old town area, then we're going to cover all of that, or most of it, and then walk down to a shopping centre. Which seems strange because I hate shopping centres, but this shopping centre I walked into before, and like the old town here, it has shocked me. It's probably the most beautiful shopping centre I've ever been into. So I thought, yep, I'm going to walk all the way there and we're going to check it out. But first, we'll go into this beautiful cathedral here. One, because it's free, and two, because it's beautiful. So let's go in. I won't talk while we're in here. Got to keep quiet. It's not a tourist attraction, as that sign says. Just a really stunning medieval type church. It's really beautiful. I do enter churches wherever they're free, as you well know. Anyways, we'll continue on. We're gonna walk down now to a square, one of the squares in Poznan, the main square in Poznan, and on the way we'll just have a look at a few of these beautiful restaurants here. I think it's worth noting that it's Tuesday afternoon and it's about 3 p.m. and it's also really cold. It hasn't gone above 10 degrees yet today, and it probably won't. I think rain is expected later. So the restaurants are quiet. They were quiet last night as well. I went for a walk through here last night, and yeah, I don't know how they survive in the winter with all this alfresco outdoor seating. But how beautifully have they done it. It oozes class and sophistication in every single nook and cranny of this town. the work that they have put into these places is just beautiful. Wow, there's so many people up here today. I came here yesterday. Unfortunately today there's grey skies and a threat of rain. Yesterday it was blue skies and really quite nice. And there was no one here yesterday, but not sure what's happening up here with so many people. But we'll go check it out and see what's happening. Again, like every other old town off the square, there's avenues that lead everywhere, beautiful old buildings that line them, but this is the main entertainment area here. We'll do a lap of this square. And they have nailed it yet again. Having restaurants out into the square, not a wasted space. They've used it beautifully. It all looks amazing. None of it looks tacky. As I said, it just oozes class and style, this place. On top of that, I would love to see this place on a weekend. There is that many bars. I don't think I've seen so many bars in such a small town anywhere in the world. This place on a weekend would be heaving, and I can imagine it during summer. This is a summer town. It would be so good to come here. It'd be such a good vibe to come here on a weekend, sit back in one of these restaurants, sit back in one of the many bars and just drink your day away. It's all school kids. School excursions in Europe, especially this part of Europe, it's incredible. Like, not that I've been to a school, but I've actually never seen them at school. They're always on excursions. There was an Oktoberfest last week, and now in Poznan. I guess it's history lessons. I don't know what they're learning, but anyways. But look at the cool old townhouses. Really tall, skinny townhouses, all painted different colours. At night time, this also looks beautiful, but during the day, the colours come out a lot more. So I thought, let's do this during the day to show you around. And just gone 3 o'clock. Everyone's watching the clock. Let's go see what it's doing. Perfect timing, Sam. Try and zoom in. It's really hard to see, but a window opened up there and some characters, they look like rams, came out to ring a bell. Cool. Oh, there's a trumpet player up there as well. Well, there you go. How's that for timing? You can see the trumpet player just up there with his trumpet. Anyways, it might actually be a good time to move on. While everyone's here, we might get the other place in peace. But look at these restaurants. Like, too cold for them now, but as I said, during summer, this place would be so good just to sit back here in this old square, because the square is beautiful, and have a drink, have some food, and just enjoy life. Yeah, this is good. It's peaceful over here now. Everyone over there watching the trumpet player. The only thing that I think they've got wrong with this square is these modern buildings in the middle here. I think they should knock them down. I know that's not going to happen, but they just do not fit in with the rest of the square at all. That square modern building there with the toilet in it does not fit in with these beautiful buildings here and the townhouses surrounding at all. So anyone in power listening, knock those buildings down in the middle because they look terrible and they just don't fit in at all. Look at it, just the different colours. I really love the paintwork on these buildings, especially as we go around a little bit further. They've put in so much work and so much detail. It would cost a fortune to upkeep them, but just really good jobs. And small fountains dotted throughout as well. Love a good fountain. Not super impressive, but they fit this area perfectly again. At a restaurant, I see they've got all rugs out for people to put them on their rugs on their legs. They've got a little bit of heating, but still, yeah, I don't think I could sit outside here during autumn, and especially not during winter. I'm assuming it snows here anyway. Yeah, it just wouldn't be real comfortable sitting outside at the moment, regardless of how beautiful these places look. But look at this building here, just such a good job with the paintwork. Something different, looks really nice. Noting, while I'm having not a dig at the outside seating, just saying that the outside seating would be too cold now, there are indoor areas, so they've got a mix of both, which is brilliant. In some old towns, they just have the old alfresco area to sit in and no restaurants inside, whereas this has both. Like, for example, you've got this seating area here, and then that's a restaurant for it just there, which looks really nice inside. Variety of restaurants here as well. They usually have, yes they do, although not a massive tourist town. Most things are written in English as well, and I've found most people speak English, which is also super impressive for such a, I'm going to call it a regional town. It's definitely not a main town of Poland, although it is one of the more historical towns dating back to the medieval days. And you do see, well, you can see it here also, the cathedrals and whatnot, but dotted around the city outside of this old town there's cathedrals everywhere. There's actually a cathedral island, I think it's called. I was there earlier today. Again, fascinating. The history in this place is remarkable for a place that I'd never heard of, and I doubt many of you would have heard of either. Alright, so that's a lap of the old town now. My plan was to go for a walk down the main mall, the shopping mall, down to the shopping centre down the very end. So we'll do that now, but yeah, I really hope you got a good look of this old town now, noting that it is, and they've done it really well, it is all purely bars and restaurants. I actually don't see any actual shops for shopping, and I love that. It's purely for entertainment, eating, drinking, having fun. There's a couple of nightclubs dotted throughout that I've seen, some underground bars. Usually you come to some steps and try and find some as we're walking along, and you're pretty much guaranteed if there's steps going underground, it's going to an underground bar, and that is pretty cool too. And also, I think it's also worth noting that vodka is very big here, so you get vodkas, bars just with vodka, like hundreds of different types of vodka. Being Poland, of course, yeah, that's how they roll here. It's probably one of their more famous drinks is vodka, and yes, and it's cheap. My God, it's so refreshing coming here after Germany in particular. where it is just so cheap. And I forgot to tell you at the start, it was so nice to step out of the train after going to Berlin and feeling almost refreshed, going, yes, I'm in a much smaller place, so it's much more peaceful here, nowhere near as busy. And it was just such a nice feeling coming to a smaller town. Perhaps that's the Geelong in me, recognizing and appreciating smaller places that are much more peaceful, laid back and easygoing. I don't know, but it was so good just arriving here. I loved it. Alright, let's just find my way out of here. I might go up this one here. More beautiful. And oh, this is quite a nice area. Out of the wind here. Got some flames. Decent menu and prices. I guess to give you an indication of the prices here compared to Berlin. In Berlin, I was staying in a hostel with 7 other people in my room, so it was a dorm room for the same price. Here I am staying in an apartment to myself. Incredible. So that is the huge price difference between Germany and Poland. And so far Poland, or Poznan in particular, has absolutely killed Berlin in the stakes of what I like and what I don't like. Poznan has nailed it. There's a club there. So you got clubs, bars, restaurants, as I said, they are everywhere. I should have, if I had known how good this place was, I definitely would have come for a weekend. This place would be absolutely hopping on a weekend, and I wish I could see it. But if Poland continues on like this, I'm going to Krakow and Warsaw next. I'm definitely coming back. And looking at the map, there are so many other places to see in this country as well. We just need Uncle Vlad's over there in Russia to settle down a little bit, or a lot, and leave countries alone. Because these places are incredible and they need to survive, along with the people. The people are amazing here too. They're friendly, they're happy. Although I get the sense that none of them like living in Poland. Hence why they all ask, why am I here? They all want to leave. I know we've got a huge Polish population in Australia, but yeah, from what I've seen, it's a great place to travel in. Sure, I don't know what it's like to live here. I'm assuming it's a struggle. There's a fair bit of poverty as you look around, fair bit of desperation as well. But from what I've seen, travelling wise, this is a top destination. Not a cool restaurant there. You should go on for weeks here just visiting the restaurants and the bars. Heaps of fun. And again, not too much damage to your wallet. Right. Oh, God. Cover your mouth. Anyways, once this tram goes past, we'll just get over the road here. We'll walk up to the walking street. Try not to get too many people on the camera that I don't want to be on. I reckon it's pretty cool how they put a tram in here, and they fit it right in with the stonework as well on the road. It looks really good instead of just plain old bitumen. Kind of looks like the trams have been here since the beginning. Maybe the trains have. Love some of these kind of modern looking buildings as well. Just the work they put into them. Really, really nice job. Alright, let's go down. Wow, it's busy down here. Maybe everyone's getting... It's predicted rain this afternoon, so maybe everyone's getting out before that. Who knows? It's the first time I've actually unleashed the warm jacket, the warm puffer jacket today. Yeah, definitely need it. Although I see people still walking around in their t-shirts and some people in shorts and not much clothing. For someone that's been in summer for the last 6 or so months, it's chilly. To the point where I've got a bit of cold burn on my face. Haven't seen any sun today, but yeah, definitely some burn is happening on my face due to the cold wind, especially this morning. Right, so this is the main, I guess, the shopping strip of Poznan. No vehicles allowed down here, which is brilliant, except for a lot of Uber Eats riders. Some really cool traditional restaurants making their foods, as I uploaded on Instagram just earlier. They love their donuts. Well, we call them donuts, they call them something else. There's an Aldi just there. But also, one of their main foods is pierogies, or pierogi. It's pretty much the same as a dumpling. I'm not sure who stole whose idea, but yeah, there's a little bit of difference, but not much. Maybe pierogies are a little bit different, a little bit bigger, sorry, and they tend to fry as well. But you can get that with dumplings also. So yeah, if you don't have that when you're in Poland, you're not really missing out, because you can get dumplings anywhere. And you can also get pierogies anywhere. I know them in a few places in Geelong and Melbourne in Australia. So yeah, you can find them if you miss out here, that's for sure. So many people now. It's really funny because yesterday it was really, really beautiful, the weather. There's not a cloud in the sky and hardly anyone out. Maybe it's just knock off time for people. I love this area up here. I'll just go up here quickly just to show you. Why not? I've got nothing really to do this afternoon other than pick up my laundry from, well, the laundry, or a business that is washing my laundry for me, which is amazing. I thought my apartment would have a washing machine in it, but unfortunately it doesn't. But look at this beautiful area up here. That's such a nice job. Looks like a bit of the Richie Rich type area with the apartments here. It cost a bit to live in these, I'd say. Alright, we'll go back down and continue on. So the difference between the square and this walking street here is that there's a lot more shops along here than restaurants. There's every type of shop that you really want, really, from the brand names to their own Polish brands to people just having a crack at starting up and opening a shop with their own fashion label. But again, just lined with beautiful buildings. In saying that though, I think they could do a lot more with this walking street. I think it's actually quite ugly. Again, I'd plant trees up the middle of it, directly up the middle of it. Maybe have the seating up the middle, in between the trees as well. Clean up the place. There's graffiti here and there. I don't know, it's just, yeah, a little bit tacky that they could just do a little bit of work to make it a lot better, a lot more inviting. It's when I first walked up here. Yeah, I liked it, but I was going, oh, is this all Poznan is? I kept on walking up to the square up there and further around the town, and I got, yeah, Poznan is incredible. This just needs some work done to it. Like even buildings, like some of the buildings are starting to deteriorate. It's gonna be too hard just to fix some places up. You've got tacky games worlds like this. Put them on, I guess, a side street instead of the main walking street. That's some nice restaurants, like these places here. Italian restaurant here, Roma Ristorante, beautiful. Or have places lined with these. These are their traditional donuts, and they are incredible. Probably the softest, most freshest, delicious donuts I've ever had in my life. So just look at these. Beautiful. All different flavours. So they got everything from fruits in them to sweet, chocolate, Nutella, etc. To nothing in them, just being plain donuts, which are always good. Now we're almost up to the shopping centre I was talking about, so get ready. I'm really hope that you're impressed by this place, because it's probably the first and the last time I'll ever go into the shopping centre on YouTube, and I hope it's impressive for you as it was for me. But how cute is this little space here? I love these little vans here, coffee vans. Not sure what's usually in this big space here, perhaps nothing. And this tram carriage here, so they need probably more of this. Oh, they've got trees here too, just noticed that. Have this down the whole length of this walking street. Brilliant, easy. This is exactly what they need. They're perfectly spaced out. Make the place just look so much better. I'm assuming these trees are going to get a lot bigger as well, which would be amazing. Just really, really good. Love it. Do more of it, Poznan. Do this down the whole strip. They look quite old, so they've been here for a while. Don't know why they didn't continue it down the whole strip. Maybe they ran out of money. Who knows? Oh, I forgot to show you where I'm staying, or one of the side streets. The side streets here are just lined with beautiful old apartment buildings, and I'm in one of them, which is probably only about a 100-metre walk from here. As I said, 100-metre walk from the main destination of Poznan for the price I'm paying is incredible. Let's go inside. Now, from what I read, this shopping centre used to be an old brewery, which they converted obviously into a shopping centre, and I definitely get brewery vibes from this place. Again, I don't think the people of Poznan really appreciate what they got, because this place is so beautiful. We're going to go up 3 flights of stairs, or 2, because I want to give you a view from another location. Look at it. So contemporary, so surprising. I was not expecting this in Poznan at all. Some people just stand in the middle. Oh, so annoying. Around here. How nice does it look? I love the brown bricks. The timber floors are beautiful. Everything's just spot on. Right, got to this final floor here. Again, they've got all the big shops here. Got Nike obviously just right there. H&M, they got Zara. Down to all the little shops. Brilliant supermarkets. This town has everything you need. Plus more. Even a Lego store. Looks like another school excursion. Let's go this way. Are you getting brewery vibes? Because I definitely am. Especially right here. It's a shame those two big buildings in the background have been built. Kind of really takes away from the beautiful vibe of this place. Love this sculpture here. It's different, it's cool. But look at this for a shopping centre. And then the shopping centre continues over here with this beautiful restaurant here in the corner. It's another restaurant with pumpkins that I've just seen on this walk just now. Interesting. I wonder what the theme is with the pumpkins. Pumpkins must be special in this town, perhaps. I'll have to research that. But then the centre continues into this beautiful building here. I won't go too much further, I'll just go up to this area here once it opens up a bit and show you how beautiful it is. How is it how they've just kept the original brick? Really well maintained, really well cleaned. It's just such a great idea for a shopping centre. It's a shopping centre that's a pleasure being in, and I don't think I've ever said that in my life. And it's not even, I haven't shopped in here at all, haven't bought anything, I've just come in just to look at the building and how amazing it is. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back out. I'll go out this way out to the park here, and I'm just going to walk as quickly as I can down to near where I'm staying, just to show you there's some side streets of Poznan. Cute little stall, that one. Dried fruits and whatnot. Oozes class, Poznan. Finally one you can push as hard as you want. You'll find that the shopping centres in this part of Europe all have those rotating doors, and they go at their own slow speed, and if you push them they'll stop, but that one you can push as fast as you want, which is brilliant because I hate those doors.
Dobra, dobrze mamuś, to będziemy w kontakcie w takim razie. Dobra, pa.
their language is so different. I can read some of the words because some of them are fairly like English, but some words, yeah, definitely not. And especially listening to them talk, I've got no idea what they're saying. Alright, we'll go back inside, back down the escalator, but just have one last look at this area here. There's no signs anywhere here. I know down in the old town there are some signs to read for tourists. In the cathedral island there's heaps of signs for you to read. Nothing really here. They're probably missing out on something there. Perhaps they should, because, or perhaps they do and I just haven't seen them. It's really interesting. I had to get on Google to read about this building. And yeah, it's got a long history, and all I really remember is that it used to be a brewery, but before that I'm assuming it was something else. Perhaps back at, oh, look at this. Wow, that, how cool is this? That, the old original roof. That's so cool. There's a food court, obviously. Got Macca's, got Asian places, KFC. This small city is really not missing out on anything, that's for sure, with regards to food and shops. That's a cool view. Awesome. Alright, I'll go down really quickly and we'll walk back to where I'm staying. I'm curious to know whether I might go in there a little bit later in some of these shops just to see if they're the same prices, especially these brand shops like H&M and Nike. See if they're the same prices as other cities more expensive than this one. I'm assuming they are. It's a Rolex shop even there. Wow. One day I'll buy one of those. Got a spare 50 grand, which would be nice if you could say that you've got a spare 50 grand. But in saying that, thinking about money, the amount of travelling that I've managed to do on a very small budget I've got for this trip for a whole year, you make it work, you make it happen. Yeah, I hate staying in hostels, I hate dorms, but there's going to be a lot of it coming up, especially in the UK. I'm going to be forced to stay in dorms. For the next almost month, I'm going to see a lot of dorm rooms, and look, if that's what you have to put up with to continue travelling, then you do. You just make it work, and it makes you appreciate. It makes you appreciate bigger places when you eventually come to them. Like the apartment now, after staying in a 7-bed dorm or an 8-bed dorm, feels like paradise. So stoked that I did up a budget. It's a really tight budget, but without that and sticking to it as best I can, which is difficult from time to time, has really made my trip a lot longer, and I'd probably be home now if I hadn't stuck to that budget. And yeah, my plan was to come to Poznan and save some money throughout Poland, really, and so far it's worked. So that is brilliant. Alright, so walking back up here, really different variety of people here. I'm not sure if you saw what that girl was wearing back there. There's a bit of punk in this town. You can see there's a bit of rock also. You see some of the bars, they've got a lot of rock music. Yeah, there's also a bit of boganism here too. It's really diverse mix of people. And then you've also got obviously the classy bunch. Right, let's just go down here. This is my street, or the street to my hotel, or my apartment building. It's not a hotel. Yes, you've got the Hiltons and the big chain hotels here as well, but it's far better to rent out an apartment. I just got mine on booking.com again. As I said, I think it's about 50 Australian dollars a night. Super cheap to have a whole apartment to yourself, which is, it's just one huge room with a ensuite bathroom, but it's also got a kitchen, which is really, really cool, especially if you want to save money again, or you're sick of eating out at restaurants, because believe it or not, you can get sick of that. But have a look how beautiful this place is. It just doesn't stop. Really, really quiet side streets as well. Oh, look at that. Old Town Poznan is beautiful and surprising, and I'm just so happy that I chose Poznan for my first Polish town. This is my building right here. My view is to this building right here, but it's an old beautiful building. As I said, $50 a night. If you want to stay in a place like this, or this place, get in touch and I'll give you the details of the person, because they will give a discount if you contact them directly. As I said, it's 100 meters from the walking street up there, probably about 300 meters from Old Town, the square, and just spot on. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I'm bloody loving Poznan. My next stop is Krakow. Catching an early train there tomorrow. I think it departs about 8:30 in the morning. And then I am there for 3 nights. And then I'm going to go to, where am I going? Warsaw for 3 or 4 nights. So then that's the end of my Poland trip. So short, sharp. Didn't know what to expect by Poland. But so far it's been incredible and I bloody love it. So let's continue this trip. I'll upload whenever I can, especially when I'm as impressed as I am with this place. Right, cheers guys. I'll upload again soon. Ciao.